Okay, and always let me know if you have questions or something that you want to do that we haven't done yet. Okay, so we're going to start to wake the body up. And then find our way to mountain pose. So we're going to be grounding through the feet first. And we'll review that. We have the feet hip width distance. And we ground through. We press the big toe mound down into the earth. Press your outer heels into the earth. Inner heels press into the earth. Little toe mounds press into the earth. Lift your toes, spread them out, and keep them spread as you bring them back down to the earth. Okay, now lining hips up over ankles, shoulders over hips, ears over shoulders, palms forward, heart is open, crown of the head is reaching to the sky, so you're actively lengthening as you stand here. Okay, and when you do that, you'll probably notice that your quads engage as well, so you're lifting the knees into the thighs. So everything is having upward motion here, except for the feet. They're grounding down through the earth. And just let your breath smooth out, coming into equal inhale and exhale. Just imagining that. Now we're going to feel the breath moving into the diaphragm as we inhale. And then belly button toward the spine as we exhale. Feel your heart open as you inhale. And then everything softens as you exhale. Okay, so now we're going to use the breath to help us just offload anything that we don't want to carry into the rest of our day. So bring your hands to your heart. Exhale. Inhale, fingertips up toward the sky. And as you turn your palms out, think about what do you want to let go of? Just let it go. Shh. Hands back to heart. Inhale, fingertips up. Exhale, press whatever you don't want away. And just do that 2 more times. Reach up. And now you've made some space for things that you do want. So let's take some of those in, palms out, exhale. Inhale, capture things that you do want, seal them between your palms, and bring your palms to your heart. And again, big lift up, capture, seal, and 2 more times. All right, let's shake things out. Bend the knees and hips, get those arms moving. Just lubricating the joints here. So we think about the hips and knees, the shoulders are moving. Notice that your ankles are also getting put to work here. So we're opening those up and shake everything out. Okay, so now in service to our back bends and also for some heart opening, we're going to do a 4-part breath. Your feet will be slightly wider than hip width distance, comfortable distance apart. Okay, the knees and hips are going to comfortably move as you go through this. We're not locked out. Hands to the heart, exhale. Now inhale, fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, clasp your hands behind you. Roll your shoulder blades toward each other. Shine your heart up without throwing the head back. Remember, we don't want to do that. We just let the head follow the spine. Now with soft knees and hips, fold forward. Remember, your forward folds could be above the heart, equal with the hips, below the heart, wherever you want it to go. And then experiment with taking the hands up off the back if your shoulders are ready for that. Bring your hands down, exhale, float the arms up, inhale. Exhale, clasp behind. Now check your clasp. Does it feel the same as the first one you did? Move your fingers by one. Open the heart. Fold forward. Release, float up. Exhale, clasp. Try and make sure those fingers are different than they just were, and look up. Fold forward. Release. Take it up. And last time, here we go. Clasp. Inhale. Yep. Fold. Exhale. Release and float up. Palms touch. Hands come heart center. All right. Shake it out. Okay. So check in with yourself. Do you feel a little more open, ready to move, ready to go? We're going to come to the top of the mat here. Now, when you sit in forward fold, if you've ever feel like I would like my hips to be elevated a little more, just grab something that you can put under your hips. It could be a small throw pillow. It could be a little folded blanket or folded up towel or even a folded up mat. Okay. All right. It's not something that you have to have, but it could be something that helps you be a little more comfortable. Okay, so now we're all ready. Mountain pose at the top of the mat. Let's think about lining everything back up and see how the feet feel. Nice and grounded. Here, inhale up. Exhale, your swan dive. High or low as you want. Hands to the thighs, shine your heart forward, half lift. Fingertips down, down dog. We're going to establish our down dog and then pedal the feet. Pressing one heel down and then the other. Now, as you press one heel down and hold, notice your calf and your Achilles tendon back here, getting a nice little stretch. Switch sides. Notice that stretch on the other side, and then two heels down. Knees down, sit off to the side, and find seated mountain pose. So seated mountain pose comes from grounding the hips. We sit nice and tall. Inhale and exhale. All right, let's shake it out for a second. Now we're going to do a little churning up of the abdomen here, which is going to help a lot with digestion, wake up the core, and also as we move forward and back, wake up those hips. So we're going to start in our seated mountain pose with the feet flexed, the spine nice and long. And here's where, if you prefer to sit on a little elevation, certainly you could do that. We're going to take the arms forward. I'll move sideways so you could see. Okay, so the arms are forward. Now I'm not like this, right? I don't want to be hunched up like this. I want to be tall, shoulders over hips here. Feet are flexed. Okay, and then reach forward, drop your hands to the mat, run your palms along the mat, bend your elbows, come up, reach forward. So the reach is actually coming from here, not here, right? So feel the difference. Reaching forward here, we're rounded. Reaching forward from here, we're long. Here we go. Just keep going. Reach and around, bending the elbows as you come back. Is this making sense? Are we good? And last time here, now we're going to reverse it. So the elbows are bent, then we take the hands down, draw them along the mat, up, and this time lean back as far as you can, okay? Draw the hands along the mat, up, lean back, engaging the core, okay? Draw the hands along the mat, up, lean back into it. And one more time, draw the hands along the mat, up. Yes, and release. All right, we're not quite done with this yet, but how's it going? Raise your hand if you're starting to feel a little bit of liberation and things. Now we're going to take the legs just mat width distance apart. Okay, we're not looking for a big V here, just mat width. And if even this feels like it's a little far right now, you could take them a little closer. We just want some separation in between. Okay, bring the hands forward. Press the palms. We'll interlace the fingers here and point the index fingers, okay? All right, this way we can focus on this movement rather than trying to keep our hands together. So we're going to once again lean forward from the hips, keep the spine long, rotate around. Rotate around. We're reaching forward to the side, back, to the left. Well, we started, whatever side you started on, churning things around. This could count as our core for today, but it doesn't. Okay? I don't want to disappoint you. First practice of the year. All right. Now, the next time you're forward, hold there, sit up, and we're going to go the other way, forward, to the side, back, other side, forward. And last circle here. And next time you come to center, just relax your arms, shake everything out. All right, so we've just like really churned and opened up the digestion and everything. So I encourage you to drink plenty of water after our practice, help flush things out. Okay, so let's go ahead and move into some core work. Take it down. We'll do toe taps and heel taps today. So hands by your side. Okay. Now, again, while we do this, if you notice that your head feels like it's thrown back and you've got this annoying curve here, you can always support your head with a little towel or a little piece of folded up blanket. All right. So we want to try and avoid like sending the chin all the way up to the sky. We want the neck to be in kind of neutral here. Hands down by your side. Okay, for toe taps, we're going to start right knee up. The knee stays in right angle position. Toes tap down and up. The rest of the body is still down and up. Toes tap down and up. Toes tap down and up. Now we flex the foot for heel tap. Heel tap, we extend. Heel tap. Right knee in, heel tap, right knee in, heel tap, right knee in, and heel tap, right knee in. Bring your foot down, wave your knees like little butterfly wings here, and raise one leg if you started to feel that. A little bit of action happening in the core. Okay, let's go to the left. Left knee, left leg stays in this right angle. Toe tap down and up, down and up. Toe tap down and up. Last time down and up. Flex the foot, extending the leg for heel tap down and up. Now remember, it's a tap, it's not a crush. Tap and in, heel tap left, and in, heel tap left, and in, left foot down, wiggle those knees. All right, we're going to do four more times each side. First, we're going to try it with 2 knees up. Okay, we'll try one of each, and then you'll decide if you want to do your final 4 with your feet on the mat or your knees up. All right, here we go. It's toe tap right and up, flex the foot, heel tap right and up, toe tap left and up, heel tap left and up. Hug it in. Make your best decision for where your body is right now. So 2 feet to the mat or knees up. Here we go. 4 times right, then 4 times left. Toe tap right, up, and 2, and up. We're keeping the right leg in a right angle here. We're not dropping the calf to the hamstring. 4, and up, heel tap, flex the foot out, in, out, in, out, in, and 4, and in. Let's hug in for a second, give the spine a little massage. And then come back to your 2 feet on the mat or 2 knees up and left toe tap 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Heel tap 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and bring it in. Whew. All right, that was the final 4 of single leg. I know I said final 4 and some of you probably got excited, but now we're going to try double leg. So put your feet on the mat, sit on your hands. Okay, your hands are under your hips here. And we're going to bring both knees up and tap the feet down. Bring both knees up, flex the feet, extend, tap the heels down, bring it in, feet down. Okay, if that already did not work for you, then you're just going to alternate when we go into our 4 count. Okay, if that worked for you, you might want to try it with 2 knees up to start. Here we go, tap down and up, flex, heel tap, and up. Okay, so now you're going to pick 2 legs at a time with your feet down, or 2 legs at a time with your knees up, or alternating. We'll go 2 right, 2 left if you're alternating, because we're going 4 times total. Raise a leg if you have your option chosen. Okay, so that made sense. All right, here we go. Choose your starting position. We're going 4 toe taps. 1, either 2 right, 2 left, or doubles. 2, 3, and 4. Now into heel taps. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, bring it in and rock side to side. All right, put your feet down and wave the knees open and closed here. Inhale and exhale. Okay, we're going to sit up now. Don't worry, I didn't forget obliques. We'll do them later. You'll help me remember. We're going to sit up now and start to open the front of the thigh. So we'll be holding the ankle. If you prefer having a strap or something to extend your arm so you can hold on to your ankle, grab that. Should have said that at the beginning, sorry. Okay, so we're sitting up and we're going to have the right shin parallel to the front of the mat. Move your left hand to your left ankle or hold your strap. Bring the leg up and go forward and back. So you see when we take the leg back, we're opening the psoas here. We're opening that front hip flexor. I'm going to turn sideways. You can see what happens next. Now take the leg back and leave it there. Put two hands on the mat and walk that leg back as far as you can. Okay? Put your two hands in front of your shin and start to come up. Tuck your toes behind you. And then if you can, if possible, lift the knee and gently tap it down. We're never crushing the knee into the earth, right? Just lift and lower a little bit. All right, now sit back around and take this leg. For most of you, it was your left leg, right? If it was your left leg, raise your hand so I can just say left. Okay, good. All right, so now we've got the left leg in front of the right. The ankles are not crossed. The legs are stacked like this, one in front of the other. The ankles are not crossed. Left leg in front of the right. Bring your hands in front of your left shin and walk yourself forward with a long spine. You might feel that, right, in your left IT band. All right, now come back up to seated here with your fingertips still in front of your left shin and walk your fingertips over to the right. Extend to the right. We've followed the direction of the left leg here. And then come back to center, sit up, and switch. So we had the right shin in front, left leg back. Now we're going to have the left shin parallel to the front of the mat, either a strap around the right ankle or your hand around the right ankle. Sit up. Okay. I mean, I can't sit completely straight here. I'm definitely relying on the support of my arm because our goal here is to move the leg. So we're moving the leg forward and back. Now bring that leg down. Bring two hands to the mat, wherever they go. Walk it back as much as you can. And then start to come up, tuck your back toes. Walk that leg back and lift and gently lower the knee. Okay, now come on back down. Swing your right leg in front of your left. Sit up nice and tall. Fingertips in front of your right shin. Long spine, walk forward. Walk your fingertips back in and fingertips follow the right leg. We move over to the left. And come back to center, sit up, find tabletop. Now you might be doing tabletop with two knees on the mat and two hands on the mat, or you might do a posture on the wall. We're going to go tabletop to knee down plank. All right, and strengthening the arms, push up, hips toward heels. Knee down plank, push up, hips toward heels. Now you might choose to move into a knee up plank once, twice, or every time, or you might just stay with knee down plank. Remember, in plank, it's about the integrity of the spine. So we don't move into knee up and then start to lose our spine. And after your next push up, Find your child's pose with the head supported. You might be making a pillow with your hands or your fists. You might have your forehead directly on the mat. Time to revisit. What is one thing that you thought about letting go of? And what is one thing you thought about bringing in? And make an intention to do just that. Let go and bring in. And then find your way to downward facing dog. Begin to walk your feet towards your hands, taking them a little wider each time till you wind up with your feet near your hands or at your hands, mat width distance apart. Bend the knees and hips, bring your hands to your thighs, take a half lift, shine your heart forward. Float your hands down your legs. And we're going to try and step the legs together as we inhale up. And exhale. All right, someone had grandma duty, had to drop off. She told me about this earlier. Yep. Okay. So let's go ahead and find our mountain pose. And breathe. Now, just notice as you breathe, how's the body feeling? How are all the different areas? Things starting to loosen up, open up. Maybe you're already feeling a little bit of fatigue in some of the areas that we worked because you worked hard already. That's fine too. It's a good sign that you worked, right? All right, shake it out. We're moving into sun salutations. We're going to come to the top of the mat. And we'll add some arms at the beginning of our sun salutation so we can get a little more twisting and back bending, heart opening in. So find mountain pose at the top of your mat. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, long arms open to the right. Inhale up. Exhale, long arms open to the left. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, elbows to waist. Shine your heart up. Remember, we're not throwing the head back. Inhale up, exhale, swan dive. Bend your knees and hips if you want, or keep your legs straight. Half lift. Now, fingertips to the mat. Lunge back, right leg, move around. We're going to come into a low crescent lunge here. So bring your knee down. If the knee wants some extra padding, you can always just flip up the edge of your mat. Point your toes behind, low crescent lunge. Hands down, plank. Plank is always your choice, knees up or down. Chaturanga. All right, so now we're going to bring the hands by the thighs here, turn the palms up, and take your gaze toward the mat. Okay, we'll be doing locust. So just draw your palms up toward the sky as you lift your heart. This is the top half of locust. The head just follows the spine. Release. All right, palms toward the sky, lift your heart, add the legs. And release. Hands under the shoulders, down dog. Inhale and exhale. Settle into your down dog. Think about lengthening through the spine. Think about not being heavy in the hands. The hands are definitely supporting, but try and even things out between hands and feet. Find to bend your legs a little if that's assisting you in this posture. Take your right leg up and just start a journey, feet to the hands. Take a half lift, fold forward, and float the arms out and up, palms touch. Hands come heart center. All right, everybody good to go on the other side? Okay, if you need to grab anything for that low crescent lunge, take a second to do that now. Okay, because we'll be bringing the left knee down this time. All right, hands to the heart. Inhale, fingertips up, open long arms to the left. Arms up, open long arms to the right as you exhale. Inhale up, elbows to waist, shine your heart up. Inhale, fold. Half lift. Fingertips down, lunge back left. Left knee down, low crescent lunge. Hands down, plank. Chaturanga. Okay, we're going to move back into locust. So the gaze is straight down. The neck is in line with the spine. You don't need to look forward because you know what you're doing. Bring your hands by your thighs with the palms face up. And then we lift the palms toward the sky, lift the legs. Lift the heart and release. All right, now we're going to make a pillow with the hands. Rest your forehead, bend your knees, and release the spine. So just rock those legs back and side to side. Come back to center and find downward facing dog. Think spine lengthening, equal effort, hands and feet. Take your left leg up and start a journey to your hands. When you get there, half lift, forward fold, and float the arms out and up, palms touch. And hands come heart center. And release. All right, shake things out. Everybody okay? Doing all right? Okay, so we're going to do some oblique work. Okay, we're going to work on the core from the side. Okay, so take your feet. You may need to turn. You can turn your mat or just turn your body. Take your feet wider than mat width distance apart. We're going to be doing pliés. So whatever your plié distance is, where your knees can go over your toes, they're not knocking in. The hips are going straight up and down. Okay. All right. So now we're going to bend the knees. Keep your left hand on your left hip. Raise your right arm tall and tilt to the left. Come back. Elbow, right elbow comes down toward the right thigh. Take it up and overstretch. And bend. Up and over. Now we're going to extend the left arm, really engaging here. Press those left fingertips away. And bring it up. Okay, so from here, we're going to bend the knees and open the arms to the right. And come up. Bend the knees, open the arms to the right. And come up. And one more time, bend the knees, open the arms to the right. And come up. Bring your hands down, shake everything out. You can keep your legs right where they are. Okay. So the left arm comes up, knees bend, left elbow comes down, up and over to the right. Your right hand could be on your hip. It could just float down your leg. Take it down and over. It's not supporting us. The core is supporting us here. Take it down and over. Now float your right arm up. Take it up and bending the knees, open left. Come back center. Yes, bend the knees, open left. Come back center. Bend the knees, open left. Come back center and just melt forward into any kind of a fold or ragdoll that feels good to you. Remember, anytime you're in forward fold, you might wish to have your head higher than your heart. You might wish to be in line. You might wish to have your hands down. From wherever you are, you could take your hands to your legs if you like, or let the arms dangle. Just move around. And then find your way back up. Roll your shoulders back a few times and forward a few times. And come into mountain pose, inhale and exhale. So today is actually the half moon. We're going to do sun and moon balance. So let's find our feet right under our hips. Okay, we've got the four corners of the feet in contact with the earth. Lift and spread out the toes, bring them back down. Big, big feet here. Okay, and start with your hands to your hips. Raise your right heel, and then see about floating that right knee up. If you're ready to take it farther from here, left arm up, right fingertips down. If your body's not quite ready, give it time to adjust to the idea of balance. We've got our gaze steady at our drishti. And release. Whew. See how the other side feels. Left heel up, left knee floats up. Maybe your time is spent right now just raising and lowering that left leg to wake up your balance. Maybe you're ready for right arm up, left fingertips down. Drishti engaged. And release. Shake it out. All right. So we are going to go back into sun and moon. Right knee, left arm. Float it right up if you're ready, or take it in stages, whatever is working for you. Remember, it's not necessarily that you just stand here and nothing moves. Moving around, if your body is adjusting, it's teaching you about balance. And release. And left knee, right arm. If your body is ready for that. All right, and shake it out. Okay, so we're going to move into triangle, and we're going to be doing core triangle just as part of the sequence. So we need the legs to be wide, right? And in this case, triangle and warrior two. Wide means if you spread your arms out, you're going to find your ankles under your wrists. Okay, that's what we mean by wide here. Okay, remember this is triangle, so the legs are going to stay straight. Right toes face right, left toes in at an angle, arms long, and we'll start by reaching to the right and come back. Reach and come back. Reach and come back. Now we're moving into triangle. Reach, reach, reach. Let the right hand drop to the leg with the palm facing out. We're not leaning on our leg. Left arm up, or if that's not good for your shoulder, left hand to the hip works too. Take your gaze towards your right toes, toward the center of your space, and if your balance is okay with this, towards your left fingertips. Triangle and come up. Yep. Here we are. Now we're going to take it to a core triangle. So we reach, 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 right hand down, left hand either to the hip or the sky. right arm floats up. Okay, if possible, left arm parallel to right. If you're here, then maybe you can just slide your hand a little forward. Yep, and then come on up. Woo, that's the core. Bring it in, hands to the hips. Leave your feet the distance they are. Left foot, left toes to the left, right toes in at an angle. Arms out, reach and release. Reach. We're always keeping the shoulders stacked as well in triangle. Reach and release. Now reach, reach, reach. Left hand down with the palm out. Right hand to the hip or the sky. Take your gaze to your left toes, center. Possibly find your right fingertips if balance is okay with that. And come on up. All right, here we go. We're reach, reach, reach. We're coming back into triangle. Now, if your hand is on your hip, you can leave it there for a moment. Left arm up and either straighten your arm here or bring it over. Think about those shoulders being stacked. Okay, yep. And use your core, bring it up. Yes, inhale, hands to the hips, they're called. Yes, that's what we'll call them today, hands to your hips. Bring your index fingers to your hip creases. I know someday I'll rename them, right? And come forward and just come into any kind of movement that feels good to you. We're going to start to visit the body and see what it wants and what it needs before we start to make our way down to the earth. So move around. Nod your head yes and no while you're here. Ending on a yes. Slowly make your way back up and bringing your legs closer together. Take one more scan of the body. What else needs to move now that you're upright? What else might the body be asking for before we head down? Look around your space. If your space is cooled off, you might want to grab something to cover yourself up with. Okay. All right. And we're going to, when you feel ready, come to the top of the mat and breathe. Float the arms up. Inhale. Exhale. Swan dive. Let's find a nice half lift here. Really send those hips back. So have the knees bent here so you can really send those hips back. Shine your heart forward. Now just slide your hands down to the mat and step back to down dog. Okay, if you've had it with down dog, table would be fine too. If you're in down dog, bring your toes together, knees to one side, hips to the other. If you're in table, you'll just sway your hips side to side. Now come back to center, knees down, seated mountain pose, long spine. So you might remember last time we were in this position, we did those churning movements for the digestion and we opened the hips. So now that we're back in seated mountain pose, reminder to self, drink lots of water today. Now let's loosen everything up, shake it out. And just gently bring your arms up and melt into a little forward fold. Roll your hands up your thighs and fold again. This time hang out here for a few breaths. Notice how everything feels. Any adjustments you want to make to this fold. It's soft. And roll your hands up your legs. Go ahead and bend your knees now. We're coming down to the earth. We're going to do some rolling back bends. Okay, so we're going to come down. Hands by the side. We'll start with just the pelvis. So rock your pelvis, bringing your lower body towards you and flattening your spine onto the mat. And then roll it forward. You've created an arch. Rock and roll here. And then come back to neutral spine, hands by your side, feet are grounded, hip width distance apart. Okay, we're going to envision the thighs magnetizing toward each other, so there's effort in the thighs here because we don't want the knees to just plop open or knock together. Okay, hands down now. Start to roll your hips up, draw your arms up, and hands behind you, the tops of your hands touch the mat, and slowly roll down, extending the spine. Roll it down one vertebra at a time. Okay, now if this arm motion is bothering your shoulders, then do more like this with your arms. Okay, keep your elbows bent and do this. All right, here we go, up and down. Just find a pace that works for you. Remembering to lengthen the spine as you come down. Remembering to keep the knees from flopping open or knocking in toward each other. All right, and wherever you are, just make this your last one. And hands down. Okay, we're going to give the spine a moment to just settle and re-neutralize from that. So let's just go ahead, bend at the elbows and point your fingers toward the sky and bend and open those hands. Really think about shooting energy up to the sky as you open your fingers. Now make a gentle fist, rotate the wrists one direction and the other. Okay, we're going to be moving into a little pigeon here. So hands down by your side, take your right ankle across your left thigh, flex your right foot, draw the legs in towards you. Okay. And we're going to hold on to either the back of the left thigh here or the side of the left leg. We're in pigeon and move around a little bit to start with. With holding where we are on the leg, you're not going to get a great deal of motion, but just move around a little bit and then come into your pigeon and hold. We want to make sure that the right foot is flexed and the left knee is in line with the left shoulder. And just breathe into your right hip and notice anything you don't want just escaping out of that hip. And now raise your left leg and point and flex the foot. Circle your ankle one direction and the other. Release, unwind, bring 2 feet to the mat, butterfly those knees. Left ankle across the right thigh, left foot is flexed, legs in towards you. Hold on to your right hamstring or the outer sides of your right leg, wherever that grasp works for you. Make sure your left foot is flexed. Bring your right knee in line with your right shoulder. And breathe into your left hip as you envision anything that's stuck in there that you're ready to release, just floating away. Now take your right leg straight up, point and flex the foot. Circle the ankle and circle the other way. And release 2 feet to the mat. Open and close those knees. We're going to take the feet mat width distance apart for windshield wipers. Arms extend out from the shoulders. The feet are mat width distance apart. And just rock your knees to the right, gaze left. Come back through center, rock your knees to the left, gaze right. And just keep going side to side as you find your happy place in windshield wipers. What's working for you right now? Now, the next time you're over to the right and your gaze is to the left, just hold here. And if you think it would feel good to you, pick up your right foot and put it on the outside of your left thigh. If you did that and you're like, what? Why did I do that? Just release it. All right, release that right foot, come back to center, knees over to the left, gaze right. You could stay right here or place your left foot on your right thigh. It's just a way of extending, certainly not required for a good stretch here. All right, release, come up, hands down by your side, legs long, and shake everything out for a moment. Now inhale, extend the legs long. They're about hip width distance or maybe even a little closer. Arms overhead. Inhale. Exhale. Hug the knees in. Put your hands under your knees. Let your knees come away from your body as far as your arms will allow. And rock side to side. Nice spinal massage here. All right, now extend again. Long arms, long legs. Inhale. Exhale, knees in. Find happy baby. And notice in happy baby, there's a beautiful hip opening happening. And then also get your spinal massage as you rock in your happy baby. If the feet are too far away at any time, you can just hold on to your thighs. The feet are flexed. And come back to center, release. Now bring your knees in close to you. Put your hands on your knees. We're going to make a little circular massage for the spine here. Okay, so hands to the knees. Keep your hands on your knees as you press away. Knees right, in and to the left. And continue making a circle like that. And the next time your knees are in, hold them in and go the other way with your circles, knees away to the left, in and to the right. And the next time your knees are in, hold them in. Now release your feet to the mat, your arms to the mat. Scan your body from head to toe. See if there's any final things that you need to do and start to come into your final relaxation position. And moving into final relaxation, inhale through the nose. And as you slowly exhale, just let your body release onto the earth. Let go of all effort and move into your final relaxation. Slowly begin to bring your awareness back to your space. Invite a deeper breath. Gently bring movement back to your body. Wiggle fingers and toes. And on your next inhale, stretch long. Exhale, draw your knees in. Give yourself a hug. Find your way over to a side. Back up to a nice, easy seat. As you turn your gaze to your own good heart and your bright spirit, thank and honor yourself for your practice, and we thank and honor each other for sharing this time. Namaste.